Hey guys, gals, and MPs. I'm going to make a quick video between the differences, at least in sound, between the Cherry Audio 8 voice and the Arturia Sem V or 5 version 2. This is the latest version that I could get of the 8 voice. It's in trial mode, so you might hear some white noise every once in a while. It's annoying, but I understand why they do it, so you don't just get a trial version and get a new trial version to keep using it. And then with the Arturia one, I paid for the full collection, so I have it as part of the collection. Somebody asked me which one I prefer. I never really liked the Cherry stuff from what I've heard out there comparatively. I mean, it's good for the price. The price points are quite different. The Arturia one is like $150, I believe, if it's not on sale and you buy it individually. And the Cherry Audio one is like $40 or something like that. That said, they get you both into the ballpark of the Sem sound, and I will tell you at the end which one I prefer. Again, apologies for the annoying white noise. I personally am not going to buy the Cherry Audio one. We'll discuss that later, but you can make up your own mind. Since I've already bought the Arturia collection, it doesn't make sense for me to have two A voices, and I obviously like one better, and we'll get into that. So yeah, here it goes. Let's start with, I made two patches. They're very similar. One has a slow sweep. The controls are very different on each of them. So if they're in a different position, that's not because I wasn't matching the positions. It's just I can't match the positions one-to-one, and I'll show you for example. Let's go into this mode. I just want to prove it that they're pretty much the same. So this is 3,460 milliseconds, and it's all the way over here. And if I go to the Arturia one and you see the attack, let's go on to the second one here. It is almost in the same position, but not exactly, and it's in the same 3.4 seconds. So it's just the UIs differ. So yeah, don't bring that up because it's a UI difference. So let's go back to my plucked patch, which is test 1. And we'll go with the Cherry first, and we'll also try it with reverb towards the end when I use the sweep. So here it is. All right, that's the Cherry Audio one. So let's go here. Let me bring out the thing. And these are very high resonances. They're almost at 100% each. And here comes the annoying white noise. So let's, it's from the Cherry one, but yeah, let's go back to the Cherry. Let's go to the Sem. I feel that the Arturia emulation of the Sem filter like plucks out those resonance or the peaks a lot better and more accurately. I've had at least two synths with Sem filters, and I feel the Arturia emulation sounds a little better. They both sound good. They both sound decent. I mean, if I was only wanted a Sem emulation, I might just get the A voice and slap some effects on it to save some money. But if you have the full collection for like $300 on the Arturia side with a bunch of synths I would use, I'll just stick with that. Yeah, that said, so let's go ahead and switch to test 2. Oh, there it goes again. All right, test 2. And this is a longer sweep of the filter with high resonance. And I should say that was the Arturia. Whoops. Don't want to be mean, but that sounded a little too nice to be the Cherry one. All right, back to the Cherry one. All right, Cherry, Arturia. Let me close this UI. There we go. Sorry. And back to the Cherry again, just for continuity. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on Supermassive on both of them. Hopefully it won't white noise me right when I have Supermassive on, because it will. That's just how, Murphy's Law works. Anyway. Oh, that's the Arturia one. Off to the cherry one. Still sounds nice, but I just prefer the Arturia one. Back to the Arturia. All right, yeah, that's just kind of a quick comparison. Somebody asked about it in one of my comments, which one do I prefer? I've listened to a lot of demos of the Cherry. Let me turn off the Cherry so it doesn't start white noising again. But I've heard a lot of the demos of the Cherry stuff, and I've never been blown away by it. The Arturia stuff, I wouldn't say I've been blown away by it, but I'm like, oh, I can definitely use that in the mix. Now, if it was cost to cost, I think the collections are they're very similar cost-wise when they're on sale, at least. I think, well, the Cherry stuff is always cheaper, generally. But, yeah, I would just wait for the Arturia collection to go on sale. If there's at least 4 or 5 you want from the Arturia collection, wait for that to go on sale. Get that. That's my personal advice. I mean, this is just the 8-voice. If you want me to, I can check out one of the other synths in the collection, potentially. I know you can get the single voice SEM from Cherry Audio for free. So, I mean, if you don't want to pay money for a SEM emulation and you could only deal with one voice, or you can just deal with one voice, yeah, snag that. It's totally worth it. I will say the UI is definitely not as nice, and I personally had problems logging into the UI. I had to close the entire plugin, disable the plugin, re-enable the plugin to log in, and that's been on multiple of the plugins. So far, the SEM and the 8-voice have made me do that, so it just would not capture input. That could be a problem with Logic potentially, but yeah, since it's happened twice, I think they have some UI jankiness. Plus, I mean, yes, if you look at this, they do. Oh, this is gonna make noise, isn't it? Yep. But I can't even focus. But yeah, I prefer the UIs too of the Arturia stuff. I think it just looks a little nicer personally. But yeah, that said, they're very much in the ballpark of each other. I like the resonance sweep of the Arturia SEM way more personally, but take what you will and whatever your budget is on it. So yeah, let me know what you think, but I just wanted to do this because somebody asked. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.